can't do a roll up, right? So sitting up tall, you're gonna hold that position and I'm gonna lean back, extending through the spine as much as I can before I just can't do it anymore. And then I hollow to roll my way down. Take a breath in at the bottom, exhale, and I'm rounding my way back up. So this is the hard part, right? Rolling up from here with your hands behind your neck, right, is harder than rolling up with your hands in front of you. So if you can't roll up, you're not going to be able to do it. Yeah, but it feels nice once you get it. It's a really nice. I like the combination of extension and flexion. So when you go in full kind of speed, it's out, hollow. Inhale, exhale, control, and come back up. And I always tend to pause on the way up. If I were just to go for it, now I'm not working. Right? So I always tend to kind of pause at that upper ab, collect, and then I can find it and come up with it. So if you imagine the spine, this is true in any, what happens at the thoracic and lumbar? I'm sorry, think of a thoracic curve. Which way is the thoracic curve?
It's kyphosis.
Kyphosis. Which way is the lumbar curve?
Lordosis.
So what's happening in between? Right, there has to be a transition.
Yeah. Right.
Right? So what do you think the hardest part of a roll-up is?
Right there.
That transition.
That transition, yeah.
Right? Collecting yourself in that transition. So people jump over it all the time when they use momentum. They never get it. So our goal really shouldn't be to make everybody flex the spine at that point. Right? Because you're not going to get that. But what your goal should be is to strengthen the abs at every point along the spine. So if I think about that in any of these, right? If I'm going to come up, it's easy for me to come up to here. Now I have to transition, right? I'm in my thoracic kyphosis, that's why that's easy. Right, now I've got to go over into the lordosis area. So I've got to come up and in. I pause, go up and in. Now I'm there. Now I can finish.
That's so helpful.
Right? So imagine what's happening in the spine. And this is why people get injured when Pilates instructors are like, pull in. Now you've got to round. It's not always about round, it's about control. You do want to strengthen through the abdominals, but the reason for that is so you can control, right? You control the body in whatever position you put it in. That's our goal. Right? It doesn't necessarily mean that at that point you're actually going to round the spine. Right? So if you think of anatomy, that's how that plays into the bowling. All right, try your neck pull. At least if you start seated, start seated on neck pull. You just got down there.
It's so nice down there.
So hands behind, and I like to pull my neck. So get tall there and keep that height. And then you're gonna hinge back, keeping that height. Yeah, keep reaching, reach. And when you feel like, okay, I'm going down, hollow the belly, and then roll through the spine. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, come into that upper ab curl. So be careful not to pull the neck forward here. Remember, this is ab work. Now we'll come back up. Coming up, pause a little bit. See if you can find that wrap in the transition, and then find your way back up. Good. Reaching the legs long away always helps me. Yes.
And then you
If not, reach your hands down, grab the thighs, and help yourself come up.
And you go over and then step up.
You go past it and stack from the base of the spine. The head is the last to arrive. That's it. Yeah? Nice exercise, yeah? You want to do it again one more time?
Sure.
Maybe not. Okay, hold on. Up tall one more time. Reaching long. Going extending down, and exhale, hollow. Rolling through. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale. Sorry, that hit you. Exhale and pulling up and in. Okay, almost. And so just keep focusing on pulling up and in the belly. Zipping that up. Way in deep. Yeah, and using your hands is absolutely fine.
Can't use my legs down.
Yep. So reach them longer. That's make it long to make it easier.
Easier?
Yes, so that you also
On the way
have a
up?
long torso. Keep the heels dug in. Just keep reaching away and digging in. The more I reach away and the more I dig, actually the easier the exercise gets. The more digging and reaching. So at that point, that's what I'm thinking about. Dig, reach, and then keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. Right? And then I just kind of gradually, with that reach, I gradually make my way up. But I keep also pulling in, pulling in, pulling in.
The image of going up and in
Up
really helps me. I use my hand, it really helps me get my hands to be able to
Yes.
go up.
Yeah, and using the hands is okay. Because see, as soon as I grab on, I can hollow.
Yeah.
Right? See that? As soon as I do that, I can really, and I can walk and fix it. Right? So you can go slow and help yourself so that you can do it. Right. All right, so that's neck pull, and then we're back at boomerang. It starts seated. It's fun to flounder a little bit, right? I'm gonna stretch back. I'm gonna go, let me think for a second. I'll put it over, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna come around, that's kind of how it ends, and then I hollow and I come up into teaser, roll down, lift over, and then open to jackknife. And I think my legs should be crossed, I'll double check. Unroll back down.
Yeah.
Coming into the teaser leg position. Coming up into teaser while I hold those legs. Lower the legs with control. Hollow, hollow, hollow. Come forward with my body and stretch the arms again. And then I repeat, releasing, going up, going down, going over, switch my legs, coming down, unrolling, hold the teaser legs, follow with teaser, lower with control, it's not so easy, and stretch back up.
So you jackknife and then switch
Oh,
the
you know
leg
what?
position?
He does the, jackknife and switch, and then he actually does it where he crosses the arms behind as your legs are lowering in the front, so the arms are already crossed. So it's coming out of your jackknife, right up and then down. My legs come to here, I come hold the legs, and I come up to that teaser. I hold
Wow.
interlace
Beautiful.
as I lower,
Yeah.
and then come over. Great. So the interlace the hands as you're lowering the legs would be nice if you can do that. So it's written here and pictured there, so you should be able to follow. Okay, and so boomerang classic is pretty much the same, so I'm not going to review that. And then we have scissors and bicycle, which are levitated. I actually like the way these ones feel, and I don't find them as hard. A lot of people complain about the hand position, and if you look at the pictures of Shelby, she's really on her neck, and I don't really want you on your neck that high, so the position should be a little lower, more thoracic shelf, not on her head and neck quite so much. So that would be the thing about the scissors and the bicycle, but I do like the way they feel, and they're not as loaded as a lot of these other ones. So basically you start here and you've got to situate yourself so coming over, and then I put the hands, I like to put my hands right at my pelvis, the bones there, and then I can almost sit on them, right? So I come off my neck as I'm sitting on them, and then I can do scissors or single straight leg stretch, right? Here. So that's one of them, and the other is the bicycle. You start the bicycle small, and then your goal is to be able to reach the floor, right, with your legs. Where is it? There it is. It's got to be there somewhere. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So if I can keep my stomach tight, and if I can keep that pressure here on my hands, and I'm not afraid to sit on there, then I'll do just fine. And it actually feels really nice. So let me take you through those. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys like the way those feel.
Why do I feel pressure on my elbows? Should it, is that just going to happen?
You
Pressure on the elbows?
Yes, there's a lot of pressure on your
Okay.
elbows. There's a lot of pressure on your elbows, and there's pressure on your wrists.
Very risky.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the weaker you are here, the more pressure in your elbows and wrists. So the
Yeah.
stronger you are here, the less pressure.
So just lifting up more.
Being able to control it all from here.
Got
If
it.
you're just seated there,
Yeah.
you're heavy.
I think I was just sitting on it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
there's work. that should be
Yeah.
happening in here. That will lighten. So as you get stronger and as you get more familiar,
Yeah.
right? And in June, you guys are going to be strong. So when we're done with this. All right, perfect. Side leg series. Who you were excited about side leg series? So set up, there's two ways to set up the bottom leg. So if you're on your side, the leg is ever so slightly in front of you, right, not behind. Right, two ways to set up that bottom leg. One is with the back of the foot on the floor. I'm actually turned out so that my quad is secure on the ground and my foot is turned out there. And that gives me a lot of stability. So that's one way. The classic way is to tuck the toes underneath you. So some people find that gives them more stability. And so you're welcome to try that as well. Some people don't like that position as much. I never have preferred it, except for maybe the full side kick. I feel like it gives me a little bit more base when I'm doing the full side kick, but otherwise I actually prefer, I feel like I get more quad control and support here in this position. The head position, so it's typically here, but I don't want to be like sunken here and dropped. I want to be actively here, right? And I want to be active all the way down the side of my body. So I usually start with a top leg stretch away. So I've got a little space in my waist, right? I'm not just hanging out, sunk in on the side. I'm actually reaching long and I've got some space in the side body. For people who have neck stuff, coming down here is more comfortable for them a lot of times, and that's okay too. And then the more advanced way is to come up here. So here I'm connected and I'm holding. This works well for things where the legs are not moving very high, but when we do like the big kicks, it's really hard to keep that and have the leg way up there. So it starts to become more like a side plank, right, in that position. So for most people, when the leg's coming up, I keep their head here. Yeah. So those are the different setups. So go through, as we're going through them, just try the different ones and see how it feels. Yes?
And how about like the little V that they make us take off?
Yes.
What do you think about that?
They make you take off? Or what did you say? I'm sorry.
Each classes that I took were always saying like create a little V.
A little bit. It's like a 30-degree. I like to try and keep it as straight as possible. That makes it harder.
Okay.
This hand I often use right here. Yeah, and then I can keep my belly against that hand and I don't go anywhere. It gives me stability and it helps me learn where to be. And so especially with things where my legs going back and forth or big circles, having the arm there will really help give you support.
So you prefer down than here?
I prefer it at the belly.
Okay.
Yeah. So here it does not going to give me as much, I don't feel like. So I go right at the belly. But every individual is going to have a little bit different feeling with that. So then when we go to the full versions of here, you're working a lot harder, right? You can even take that bottom hand off and bring it up. You can go, right? It makes it a lot harder to do. So you're also, or even up here and here. A lot of times they're doing that. So that would make it more difficult, more challenging for somebody too. All right, so here we go. I'm going to take you through, I kind of have an order, and I'm not sure that I put them all in the right order, but I think I did a pretty good job of the way I like to do them because it makes it a smooth transition. So I'm going to take you through, and then we'll repeat them on the other side, so you'll get to feel them on both sides. So then if you have questions, we can answer them. So starting in whatever position you like, or getting yourself set up, getting that bottom leg glued. For you, you're going to come up, bring the leg up to about hip height, stretch it long away, flex the foot and bring it down. So this is up, down, and parallel, right? We change the foot at the top, flex down, up, point, down, up, flex, down. In turn out, we just do the same thing, turned out with the top leg. Up, point, down, up, flex, down, up, point, down, up, flex, down. Right? So the foot changes at the top. And
Okay,
it's only going to hip height.
okay, so down and then,
Up, point, down, up, flex,
okay.
down, up, point, keep it pointed. You're only going to change the foot at the top. It'll come. Just keep that in your head, it'll come. And then side kick is going, so this one is good one to put the hand here. So side kick, I'm kicking front. It's a pulse front, and it's a point and reach. Some people pulse once to the back. You're gonna kick front, point. I like to think of point and reach, and I like to think of a length in that diagonal when I do this. And that gives me the stretch. So I'm stretching in that diagonal, right? So kick front and point back. Okay, and then we have side bicycle. So it's this circular motion. I'm going to come up and around, and I'm trying to bend as much as I can behind without losing this. So this is where you don't want to fall forward, right? You want to keep yourself blocked forward and circling around. Right? And then we can reverse it, so kicking back first, coming forward and bending in to the back. Right? And then we have clam, so feet together, bend not a lot, it's about 30 degrees, 40 degrees, 45 degrees maybe. And I'm going to keep the heels together, squeezing open. So here the mistake people make is they roll back to get that knee to open. So I sometimes have them put the hand there and make sure they're not rolling back. And when people don't roll, often they can't open very far. So sometimes if they're having a really hard time, I'll tell them to push that knee open, hold it there, and bring it down. Right, push it open, hold it there, and bring it down if they can't do it without rolling backwards. So you really want to isolate those rotators here. So up, down, or bottom up and turn out is straight leg again. Coming out straight there, and it's basically point up, flex down. Point up, flex down. Point up, flex down, and we use the reverse. Flex up, point down. Flex up, point down. Flex up, point down. Right? And then we have figure eights. So here I'm going to go, we usually do, you can do figure eights right here. They're kind of sideways eights, right? And then, okay, we do have the lower leg. Okay, that's that. So the figure eight is here for now. And then we have big scissors. So big scissors, I'm lifting both legs up. I'm going front and back. And front and back, right? Good. And then relax that. Oops, I'm sorry. And then we have rond de jambe. So really anchor this leg. You're going to do a circle. I usually start people off pretty small, and then I have them going bigger. And really trying to stabilize and hold. And then you can do the reverse. Going around to the back and front. Good. And then butt crunchers. Those are good. If you really want to get somebody in like 2 minutes, this is the way to do it. So bring the legs up to 90. You're going to take the leg out right over that other knee. Pulsing up for 8 counts. Circling for 8 counts. Reversing the circle for 8 counts. Figure 8 for 8 counts. That seems to take forever because the 8s are longer. And then reverse the 8s for 8 counts. And then relax. So here we have 2 choices. We like to do a relax with a stretch. Yes, exactly. So one way, the easier way, is to just bring the leg up here and hold it there. So this, for some people, is enough of a stretch. If you're a flexible person, you're going to grab the foot, anchor it, and open that knee. Right? So the more flexible you are, the higher that foot's going to get towards you, and the more the knee will rotate open. Then you stretch out that bottom leg, and you kick it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Right? And then the one that we haven't done yet is the changement, so that's back to straight legs. Kind of nice to do something straight leg after, and it's just a crisscrossing changement here, both legs up off the floor. Good. And then relax. All right, other side.
Isn't there one where you do develop?
Oh, developé. Where's developé? Oh, there it is. Sliding up, kicking out, flex to come down. Slide up, extend out, flex. Right, and then the reverse. Up, point, and slide, flex up, and slide. Right? So we'll do it on the other side too. Ready? Marathon side leg series. So I never do this all of these in one go.
Before.
It's a lot. So let's do up, down, and parallel. So get yourself situated. You're going to reach that leg long, flex, and come down. Up, point, down. Really stretching, right? That's going to help you keep the waist in the right place. So up, point, down, up, flex, down, up, point, down. Turn out, up, flex, down, up, point, down, up, flex, down. Side kick, front, and back. So the side kick, there's a little controversy over whether or not you should be thinking of turning out the leg or not. So I like to think of it as a little turned out, just because it helps me not turn in. Right? You don't want to turn in. So I feel like if I do a little turn out, I end up not turning in. And then you want to try and keep the leg really parallel with the floor, especially going backwards. People mess that up. They don't stay here, they drop or they go up higher. You want to try and keep it level as you reach back as well. And kick, kick, and point, reach. Yeah? And then side bicycle, so coming around for your bicycle. Right, reaching back, trying to kick your bottom, going all the way around. And then reversing, going back, coming around. Right? And then we have clam. So a little bit up 45 degrees maybe, 30 to 45 degrees. And then heels pressed together, opening up, keeping those hips stacked as you open. Right? Yeah, you can go head up, head down, arm up, arm down. And then we stretch out again. And let's do the side passing here. Or developate, you're going up. Try and keep that knee open here. Reach it up to the sky, flex the foot and bring it down. Sliding up, reaching up, flexing, and coming down. Sliding up, reaching up, flex. Let's reverse. Flexing up, point, and slide it down. Flexing up, point, and sliding down. And one more. Flexing up, point, and slide it down. And then we have the large battement. So it's point up, flex down, point up, flex down, reversing flex up, point down, flex up, point down. And then we have figure eight. So your little figure eights out here. And then the reverse. And then hold it there, lift up the bottom leg, and it's big scissors, front and back. Who might not like this one in particular? Somebody with what, do you know? Hip bursitis.
Oh, yeah.
The bottom hip, right? Not very nice on the bottom hip piece, where your bottom leg's lifting up. And then rond de jambe, so anchoring well again, right? And then big circle around. And then big circling the other way. Good. And then butt cruncher. Yay, butt cruncher. Ready? So in that 90-degree position, take the leg out. So somebody who's not as flexible would have to do it here, but if your hamstring will let you, you're going to be here. Pulsing up for 8 counts. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Circling. And reversing. And figure 8. 7, 8, and reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take that leg, you can drop it here, stretch out the leg, or you can open it up. Right, foot down, knee trying to open. Stretch that leg out underneath you and kick it up. 2, that's a big kick. 3, kick it up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stretch the leg out again. And we are changement. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And relax.
So is this just a version of this? Like I've done the lower lift
Yes,
of the lower
it
leg?
is. Except that we use a little bit more oomph.
Okay.
I do this one that you were doing on the
Yeah.
springboard.
Okay.
So that I've got the spring there and then I'm
Okay.
doing that.
Okay.
I think it's more effective that way.
Okay.
So
That's why you do that on the springboard.
there's baby swan and full swan.
Baby swan.
Baby swan. So baby swans, I really like all of these exercises on the tummy. I'm a big on the tummy fan. So forehead down, hands beside you. You're gonna exhale and you're lifting the head, but you want to do it by pulling the hands down. So I'm pulling myself forward and coming upward, dropping the shoulder blades down my back. My stomach's tight. So as I come up, I'm actually lifting my tummy a little bit off the floor, feet down, feet pressed into the floor. Yes, feet stay right down into the floor. And then I'm going to pull to come forward again. So I'm creating length in my spine while I create extension. So it's exhale, pulling, stretching, opening, shoulder blades down the back. And then I can really open that chest. I'm trying to open here, forward, right, in the baby swan. So I love working on people's thoracic extension. This is a great exercise for somebody with osteoporosis, right? Extension is key for them. You want to load those vertebrae so that they have to grow stronger, right, in a safe way. And this is the way to do it. So this is baby swan. So one more time, you're going to exhale, pulling yourself, kind of trying to pull yourself forward, shoulder blades down the back, head is long, shoulders drop down the back, open the breastbone to the sky. Long neck, yeah? And then back down. So then we go from baby swan to full swan. So I'm going to keep that motion going. Start exactly the same, reaching, pulling, stretching, lengthening. My belly's already coming off the floor and I'm pressing. So I'm not hinging at one spot in my low back. Yeah, and then I'm going to keep opening as much as I can there. And then I'm going to keep that same feeling of pulling as I come back down. Right? It could be very different if I let go of those abs, right?
Your legs aren't all the way together, are they?
Mine are not. So typically their heels are supposed to be together, but it sometimes creates pressure in the sacrum,
Yeah.
way down in the butt, in the sacrum.
Yeah.
So if that's uncomfortable, you can separate a little bit, but if you can keep them together, go for it. Yes, so let's do that one more time. Exhaling, coming up, pressing, and opening. So when I get up here is where I feel like I get pressure.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So then the really fun one is rocking swan. It comes right from here, and you basically let go. So I'm gonna go and come back up, and come right back up. That's it. Yes. Reaching and up. That's it. Yeah, it's really fun.
So fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
Was it the beginning of this one?
Oh,
Extension, back extensors.
Because
So
you go
now,
further.
now I'm working my back extensors, right? So if I'm coming up, right, I'm really working those back extensors, which is a good thing to work
I
too,
love it.
right? Like full swimming, which we're about to do too. That'll work, the back extensors too. So, and then if you're doing a lot of rolling in a class, you definitely want to do some extension work. But these are your best bets.
So you're working the opposite.
Yeah, don't forget about it. And then so we're going to go with the easy leg glute stuff first. So we have heel squeezes. So my hands go here, my forehead on. You bend the knees, heels together. Pubic bone pressing down. Now this could be compressive in the lumbar spine if I just release, right? So my stomach is working. I'm going to squeeze my glutes and lift up to the sky and back down. So pressing upward and back down. So Genevieve, bend your knees a little more. Not sure if mine are bent enough. And so that the idea is that the heels are parallel with the ceiling. So Patricia, bend just a little bit more. Yeah, press and down. Yeah, so this is good glute work, hamstring work. And then we're going to stretch the legs along, keeping on that same theme and turn out. So these ones, you really want to lift the legs up from the hips so my thighs are coming off the mat. Right, I'm reaching long behind, flexed feet, and I'm clicking the heels together. Good, I'm picking up those legs, but I'm also lifting up my belly. So I get a lot of pressure on my hip bones, my ASIS, and my pubic bone here. Right? And then relax down. And then we have swimming. So legs only position is stretching the legs out, lifting up, and just kicking the legs. Right? And I should feel like I'm tight. I shouldn't feel like I'm wobbling side to side here. If my tummy's tight, I won't wobble. And then back down. And then we have swim prep. So swim prep, I'm going to stretch my arms out, forehead down. I'm going to use my arm and leg to help me find my stomach, right? So I'm going to press the right arm and left leg down. I'm going to lift up the left arm and right leg and lift my tummy. And then I'm going to lower back down on the inhale. Exhale, press into the floor, lifting up the opposites. And back down. Let's do that again so you can feel your abs now. Pull that shoulder into the socket as you press into the floor, lift the tummy. And down. And again, press. And down. And then the full swimming. After all that, lift everything up. And opposite arm and leg. And you're swimming. Swim, 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 swim. Swim, 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 swim. Too much?
Yeah.
And then it's back down. Yeah? So it's often nice to just press back into like a rest position or a child's pose position after those. And in Pilates, we like to do that by hollowing your belly actively and reaching forward actively. So you get a nice opposition stretch. And then relax. Or you could roll right over to your side and do the other side if you haven't done it yet. Yeah, and you could grade those. I don't do full swimming with everybody because I can't. But I do the leg boot series with almost everybody. Anybody can do those. Some people can't get their, it's sad how people can't get their legs off the floor. So sometimes I'll put them on the arc or put a roller under here to give them a little bit of negative space so they can come up to neutral and hold.
Okay.
So we can talk about those later too when we get to the arc. Okay, so then stretches. We've got the three-way hip stretch. So that's like for me that's like a gymnastic stretch almost. Laura, you want to demonstrate this? So it's basically starting in your lunge, right? And you're going to tuck the toes under and come forward. Now I vary with people on this stretch. I like to pick up the back knee. I feel like that really gets my psoas and not my rectus, which is the quad, right? Because the rectus is a two-joint muscle, right? So here I'm really isolating that. But the exercise shows it this way, right? So you can choose. And then you're going to come back into all the way back into the hamstring stretch, folding forward. So the straight leg, front leg straightens, butt kind of goes up towards the air. And you're holding that stretch. And then you're coming forward again. And you're going to go into what's called the dural stretch. So I'm going to tuck my bottom as much as I can, open this hip, reach my head there, and tuck my chin in. So I should feel a stretch down even in the neck or upper back and down the leg. Can you guys feel that?
Feel it in the leg.
Okay, so come forward a little more.
Oh, yeah.
You should be able to feel it if you tuck your chin and your upper back a little. There, I got it. So if you shift forward enough, so Laura, keep your back up. Back is up, body's forward. The only thing that tucks is this upper part. The bottom part stays stacked.
We feel it in this leg, the back, or the front, definitely. Okay.
Yes. Right?
A little bit.
My low back.
Yeah, you gotta tuck. Okay. Yes, more and one more, and squeeze that back glute. That will get it out of your low back. Yeah. And then from here, we drop down into the Ujjayi pose. Yeah, so here it's really hard to get this right. If you put that back leg should be down, right, underneath you. So the closer the leg is in, the easier that is to get. The further the leg is out, the harder that is to get. So you should only go where you can keep that knee straight down on the floor behind you. And then we go into rotation. So you're gonna put your elbow down, hand on top, and rotate open.
So are these all classical stretches?
This is more yoga. It looks like
Okay, I was
but
like,
these
I don't know if I've ever done these in a class.
Yeah, I never used them in class.
Yeah,
And I don't know if I've ever done it. Yeah.
but it feels good.
So here we go, switching sides. We do these on the reformer.
Right.
You've done them in class actually,
Yeah.
in our own variation. So I don't often do the dural stretch because it takes a lot of hands to get people in the right place sometimes. So here we're lunging forward, right? Should feel a stretch here. If not, you can tuck the toes and pick up. And then we're going back, hamstring stretch. Heel up. And then we're coming back through, tucking the tail, body's tall. I'm shifting forward enough that I feel a good stretch, and then I'm tucking my chin. And then I'm continuing the motion down, here, right onto the floor. And then I'm turning into that rotation.
How did you pick these to put in the book?
These were ones that I was taught.
Okay.
Yeah, so I kept them, thinking stretching is good.
Mm-hmm.
Although most of Pilates exercises have stretch ingrained in them. So we don't often stop and stretch all that much because the stretches are ingrained in a lot of the exercises anyway. So I'm always thinking when I'm finished up with the class, what part of the body did we not get to stretch in the class? That's the part of the body I really need to focus on, just giving them a stretch afterwards. So, or if I focus on a particular body part, I might just stretch that body part. Yeah, but I won't do a whole stretching series after upper back, arms, legs, I won't do the whole thing because hopefully you've done it while you've been working. Yeah. Okay, let's try and get through. Sexy spine stretch is pretty basic, simple. I think you guys know this here, right? You're just coming across. You're going, the difference here than a regular stretch is that we come around with the arm, circling the arm overhead, right? Coming right onto the side, and then circling it back open, creating more stretch as you roll open, right? And then you can come up. I like to pull the knee in towards the chest to come up. And then bring both knees up and rotate to the other side, stretch the leg out. Coming across the body. Reaching the arm out to the side behind you. Circling it up overhead and rolling onto your side as you go. And then opening back up. Feeling that stretch. And then I bring the knee in. And come up. There. Spine stretch.
Yep.
And then the last of the stretches is the cat. So basically, the basic cat is just, we use an exhale to come up. It's a coccyx curl exhale. Inhale to release, and you can go to the neutral, and if it's okay with the body, go into extension. Exhale, you're going to start with that coccyx curl. So drive it with the coccyx curl upward, rounding, inhaling, back to that neutral, and then beyond if possible. And the head will come up, right? And there's all kinds of funky other cat stretches that I didn't put in that people do, where you're kind of side bending cats, and you're hunting cats, and you're rolling cats, and you're circling cats, so you can have fun with cats. I thought I would leave it to your imagination to have fun with cats.